Всем привет, это канал Resident Game, меня зовут Яна. Сегодня мы начинаем играть новую игру. Ну, она уже старая, но для меня новая, я ее не проходила еще. Называется она Demonicon The Dark Eye. В общем, это игра в той же вселенной, в которой был Дракенсанг и Дракенсанг The River of Time. Но персонажи там другие, и история совершенно иная. Действия игры будут разворачиваться в том же мире, в Восточной Авентуре, по-моему, я читала про это. Вот. В игре два героя, правда, я не знаю, можно ли за обоих играть или только за одного. В общем, давайте начинать. Это не такое же классическое РПГ, как было Дракенсанг, например. Это экшен РПГ. Что это?
In the name of Saint Borbarad, his forbidden knowledge and his divine power, today is the day of the first paladin. From this day on will blood wake blood. Freedom through pain, power through will. Every human a mage. Upon this altar do I offer my tribute. Flesh unborn, souls pure and unblemished. In eternal Bobarad's name. Atoki Oruk Zulgarok, Oxalaminja, Idiz, Raki Zulgarok.
Демон какой-то.
Almost 20 winters have passed since Borbarad covered East Aventuria with a pall of undeath and corruption. Those who fought were crushed. Those who capitulated became villains in their own right. Only those who fled escaped the endless column, in which the dead did march from battlefield to battlefield.
Я смотрю, инвентарь совсем плохо все. Интересно, все самое эти штуки похожи.
The wall of death that Borbarad fell. The demon crown, symbol of his dominion, burst under the god's blade's seventh stroke. Out of the ruins of his empire arose the cursed Shadowlands. Terrible warlords fought for power, bringing fates far worse than mere death upon those living there. And so it was that we too fled, all your lives fled, until the war goddess Rondra's knights freed the city of Warrung. Here we might live, finally find peace, Chiron. We must not fail.
Интригующее начало.
She ran here. That's all I know. I guess she didn't like that marriage your father arranged.
My family is none of your business.
All right, it's none of my business. Can I go now?
Not yet. That gate, where does it lead?
The deeper tunnels of Moloch Mountain. That's all I can tell you. Never dared going down there.
Well, I'll get her out.
The gate is closed for a reason. Moloch Mountain is full of danger and dark secrets.
The undead are the less dangerous of what's in there. Wolf lizards, demon spawn.
By the Dark Mother, your sister could be dead already.
Listen to me. I will go in, and I will leave. With her. And you can go now.
Так. Играю на геймпаде. Кажется, так удобно. Играть. Тут такое. Какой-то контроль, правда, странный. Немного дерганный, когда он удары заносит. Это странно. игра 2004 года. Не помню точно, какой. Кто это? Что за зомбак?
Fast as lightning. And just as foolish as your sister.
I learn from the best.
Your arrogance will be the death of you one day.
Come on, Father. The only risk was slipping on their guts.
Enough. We're here to find Calandra. Someone has to bring her to her senses.
To her senses? You're forcing her into this marriage and then asking her to be reasonable? I would have done the same thing.
So you think she's right to just run off? To risk both your futures through her selfishness? She has responsibilities. She has to learn
Какой
that.
долг?
Our future. Calandra marries Folk of Arivor and everything will be fine. We will be decent Warunkian citizens and live happily in peace and prosperity to the end of our days.
She means as much to me as she does to you. You know that. That's why we have to find her before it's too late.
Так.
We three have managed pretty well so far.
Warunk is more than just some refugee camp we've been stuck in.
A glimmer of light in the darkness.
The only free city in the Shadowlands. If we stick together, our running can end here. No more icy roads. Never again night watch, no demon spawn attacks, and no more hiding places full of stinking corpses. That's a lot, even if only a part of it comes true.
A beautiful dream. Why did she come here, of all places?
Moloch Mountain is more than just a simple cave. The countless tunnels can lead one to age-old secrets. Fair Drodon's laboratories. The foundation of the Golden Pyramid. Realm of the Dragolich, Razazor.
Undead and black magic. The people of Warunk have had more than enough of both in recent years. No wonder they avoid this place.
An ideal hiding spot for someone who's not afraid of the creatures that lurk in this place.
Calandra doesn't know Folk. She'll only marry him to help us. She'll never really love him.
Folk of Arivor is a good match. He's a knight of Rondra, the goddess of war.
And?
He fought on the front line when Warunk was freed. If anyone can protect Calandra, he can.
Calandra can look after herself. And like you're always saying, heroes don't live long.
This marriage gives us the right to stay in Warunk. That's what counts. Besides, you know your sister. Sooner or later, he'll be eating out of her hand.
Calandra has a mind of her own. She's more likely to stand naked in the marketplace than agree to this wedding.
A stubborn girl who loves her freedom.
Just as stubborn as you are.
You mean because I don't want to be treated like a cripple? Nice of you. But that's what happens when you fight battles that can't be won. Do you want your sister to end the same way?
No.
No.
Look, listen to me. To Calandra, this is about more than just a place to hide. She knows that we will find her and bring her back to Folk. And that's why she's not here alone.
Don't tell me she's here with a man.
Folk wants a virgin bride. She knows that.
You must be mistaken. Calandra would have told me about any suitor.
Some people in the camp saw them together last night. He is a giant of a man, and quite an attractive one. She could have chosen worse.
If Folk is so obsessed with her virginity, it only proves that he doesn't really love her.
Who's talking about love? Even if he feels differently himself, the Church of Rondra cannot afford any talk amongst the people of Warunk. A wedding would be inconceivable under these circumstances. The Rondrians have very strict ideas about honor and loyalty. Why should Folk be any different?
Of all places, why should she choose Moloch Mountain for her first night? I could think of some more convenient locations.
How am I supposed to know what's going on in her head? I don't even know if it really would be her first night with a man.
Странная сестра.
I know. It's all your fault. She was never allowed to talk to boys her own age, and now she has to marry a stranger.
And I never left the two of you alone. And I always forbade you from tending one another's wounds. And now, it's no wonder that she takes whatever she can get. I had my reasons. Just believe me.
Time is running out. I'm going. You stay here and... Yes, wait out here and protect my back.
Be careful in your search. The people of Warrung say that there are more than just lizards and undead here.
I've heard of this Black Hand. Another demonic terror for my list.
Stay away from him. He's deadly and you are alone. Just find Calandra and bring her back. I'll wait outside. And no matter what happens, or how badly hurt Calandra may be, do not mix your blood.
Почему?
It hasn't happened yet, and it's not going to happen this time either.
Что там такого? Так, это... А игра, я так понимаю, сама сохраняется. Инвентарь. Что у нас тут? Так, скорость атаки. Бонус к здоровью. Пусть вот это будет пока. Ненужный предмет. Ладно. Это дергается. Экран странный. Ну, старенькая игра. Плохо оптимизированная. Под современный качество. Так понимаю, этого мужика есть сестра, которую он пошел искать в эти пещеры. Господи. Только зачем она сюда пришла? Неужели не могла найти другое место, чтобы скрыться от отца, от своего так называемого будущего жениха? Интересно, кто это писал? Сестра? Бешеная сестра. Бежала непонятно куда. Странный собака. Да, убирай, конечно. Ее не очень много. Да? Только и умеет махать мечом, больше ничего не умеет. Никаких комбо ударов. Что это? Каждый человек маг. Я это уже слышала в интро к игре. Никак. Ну, что у нас тут? О, Господи. Вроде как у игры есть две концовки, насколько я помню. Понятно. Странные символы. непонятном языке. Знаток растений. Кладезный лент. Офигеть. Кузнец. Так. Сюда, по-моему. Что это? Интуиция, харизма. Злом замком. Вот кузнец. Давайте прокачаем его. А сколько у меня? А, вот эти надо тратить. Понятно. Даже не знаю. Пусть будут. Так, что еще? Блин. Восприятие. Все. А тут я могу что-то прокачать? Нет, не могу. Вот это прокачка, вот эта система, скажу я вам. Офигеть. Ладно, давайте попробуем взломать. А вот это второй, походу, деньги. Да блин. Вот. Взлом замков надо было прокачать, и я что-то не прокачала. Ладно. Господи. Что за жесть? Ну хоть это сделаю. Так. Чё какой-то замок? Ну, не поняла. А чё? Ну, блин. Какого чёрта? Неужели... Как я вообще здесь? Здесь не дают больше очков. Посмотрим, может быть, дали. Как когда меню открывается. Да. Да посмотрю еще. Может, открою. А, сейчас. Ну ладно. Что-то кровь на полу. Кто-то шепчет. Кошмар какой. Крипи.
Calandra! Where are you?
И стоит на месте. Чё ты стоишь? Она тебя зовет, а ты... Вот, они пришли к тебе. Вместе с сестрой. Так. Я пока посмотрю, что у нас тут. Вот ничего, одни кости. Как много костей. Одни кости везде. Человеческие, наверное. А вот и сестренка.
Chiron, I knew you'd come.
I knew you'd get yourself into trouble. You need help right away.
No. Get father. I'll wait here.
Calandra, listen to me.
Don't. We're both wounded. You might mix our blood.
Да, я вроде
Father
не
and his
ранена.
cursed rules. If I don't bind your wounds immediately, you'll die.
Please, Chiron. We don't know what will happen.
Hold still.
Прямый
Was it worth it?
братец.
Just to delay the wedding? And with this man?
Chiron, don't be such an idiot.
So it had nothing to do with the wedding.
It's about all these people. That man kidnapped them. I think he wants to... Oh, that would be so terrible. We must save them.
Then hold still.
Чё происходит? Что с ним? О, господи, почему он такой страшный стал?
What was that? Something's different. Do you feel it too?
We can think about that later, if we survive or whatever that is.
You hold the fort. I'll watch your back.
Can you fight?
I'm tougher than you think. And after that, whatever it was, the bleeding stopped. And take this potion. You're more likely to need it than I.
You got a healing potion?
I didn't take it because I thought that the monsters had trampled the bottle when they tore off my bag. You're lucky I didn't have time to crawl over there earlier.
Why didn't you tell me about the healing potion?
Так значит, она могла вылечиться?
Do you really want to discuss that now?
Forget it.
Вообще уже. О, господи. Чё? Что это такое? Свое первое заклинание. Нормально. А где оно? Чё за... Дайте пройти. Сколько тут врагов? Брось. Ой, не того. Под ногами. Что ж ты делаешь? Так. Конечно.
How did you do that? You just cut down a servant of the Netherhells, and we're both still alive.
Я лучший. Окей.
Hit them hard and don't get hit yourself. Easy.
My brother the hero. Oh, mighty Chiron, teach me more of the
Sarcasm.
art of war. Your words are sweet as honey and as true as the morning. But seriously,
Вообще
that
уже.
was more than just the courage of despair. It was magic.
Magic. Because my blood mixed with your blood. What is the kidnapper up to? And what do you have to do with it?
At first, I thought he was an interesting guy. I really misjudged that one. I saw him last night near our tent with a little girl. His hands, his face covered in blood. I have no idea how old that girl was. Maybe 12? She cried and begged for mercy as he dragged her off. I snuck along behind him to kill him when the time was right. On the way here, he just knocked a woman down and took her with him.
Last night? It's already getting light out there.
Next time I'll wait until you're awake too. But I lost his trail on Moloch Mountain. The beasts here all avoided him like the plague and attacked me instead. So come on! We have to stop him before he does something to those two!
How could our blood have such an effect? I only know of magicians who perform magic with their blood.
The Borbaradians. Father has hated them ever since we were children. Remember how he always used to curse them when he was drunk?
You mean that's the reason for the eternal prohibitions and the secretiveness? That dog has known it all these years.
He loves us. We know that. Why wouldn't he tell us about something so important?
He's gonna have a few questions to answer when we get back. This man, you didn't leave with him because of that. I mean, to prevent the marriage with his help.
Have you nothing better to do than worry about my virginity?
I am your brother.
And that is the only reason why you're not getting your ears pinned back. But just to reassure you, you and Father can sleep peacefully in the knowledge that the little sweet rose Calandra has not been picked before her marriage.
That is all I wanted to know.
Time is running out. If we want to free the prisoners, we have to hurry.
One more thing. I found this on one of the corpses here.
A deed to a house in the East Quarter.
I knew the dead man. His name was Praedon Carstig, a fishmonger from Mendina who somehow got citizenship here. Something here has disfigured him horribly. We should really return the deed to his family.
Может, сами воспользуемся им? Ну ладно.
You do it. You knew him. We're not going to enrich ourselves at that family's expense.
You know what Father would say. Chiron, we really could use that money to survive.
Yes, Father, but I am not going to tell you that for once I thought of others.
Son, you're much too decent. One day you'll throw yourself into a yawning abyss on someone else's behalf.
And just to spite you, I'll do it gladly.
Fine. Then let's get a move on. The kidnapper awaits.
Веселые ребятки. Очки, да, господи. Что тут только нет, а можно сохраниться? Походу тут автосохранение. Это плохо. Так. Очки. Вот эти, что ли? Не изучено. Что это? Пусть будет таран. Это я тоже могу изучить. Да, я уже улучшил. Куда идти-то?
Fresh blood. We've found them.
I can't find a lock or any kind of mechanism. Still, there must be a way to open this door somehow.
Is anyone there?
Behind the door. Those must be the prisoners.
Oh, the gods, help us! Help us before it returns!
How many of you in there? Are you all right?
We're 7. He performed this ritual on us. So much blood! So much blood!
We're not going to be able to open this door. We will have to force the kidnapper to release them.
If he comes back, he'll eat us all!
Eat?
He will pay for this. We'll be back soon to free you. Hang on!
No! Don't leave us in here! Please, don't!
Блин, и как всегда. Посмотрим, что здесь. Я запуталась в этих коридорах. Какие-то странные надписи. Понятно, лед, льдом, ого. Этого засранца надо убивать. Да дай пройти. Интересно. Что это? Какие-то
The
ворота.
Dragolich Razazor's golden pyramid. Impressive that so much of it is still standing.
Again, fresh bloodstains. We're on the right track.
This gate is even more massive than that door earlier. We need to find out how to open it. Maybe there's a switch or something.
Растения я брать не могу. Какие-то странные штуки. Скелеты огромных тварей валяются. Ой. Что это?
Strange design. Maybe it could be used to open the pyramid.
Or the metal door in the hallway. Are you going to be able to do that?
Shouldn't be too hard to handle. Have a look around. Maybe you can still find something interesting.
Ну чё? Карта. Цель задания. Что это? Типа 5 глав в игре. Инвентарь. Вот, кстати, кодекс. Ой. Подождите, я еще не закончил. Персонажи. Магия крови. Понятно. Что за...
Damn! It's a trap! longer!
Almost there.
Смотри, они еще это ходят с ударом, офигевшие.
How much longer?
Ah! Oh, shit!
Let's get out of here!
Фига себе. А это не тот зал, где обряд проводили с младенцами. Очень на него похож. Что там у нас лежит? Понятно. Какая-то дорога вниз. Мы ее потом посмотрим. Фига себе. Красиво. А вон еще ворота. Только туда не пройти, походу. Ну, нам вниз, наверное. Загрязненная зелень. Так. Ой, не туда. Так. Сумка зелени. Да блин, я хотела его назначить. Вот сюда лучше. Чистый алкоголь. Я не хотела ее использовать, но мне пришлось. Что это было? Странно. Ну ладно. Не получается у меня. Все сразу прокачаю. Господи. Что это за фигня? Кошмар какой.
You sick bastard!
Ну вот.
I'm gonna chop your head off so you never eat again.
Господи, что с ним? Что происходит? Какой-то он странный чувак. Вот так. Куда он? Куда-то убежал. Он будет бросаться. Слышь ты. Сюда давай бросайся. Нельзя бросить. конец ему. Какая ты хлипкая, сестренка.
Are you alright?
I was burned, bitten, and paralyzed. But I'm still a virgin, so I guess everything's in order. Kill him. He should suffer the same way the people he's eaten did.
If that's what you want, then put an end to it, and do it quickly. But know that all those whom I have already collected will die with me.
We're gonna open that door. I'm interested to see if it's harder than your head.
My supplies are bound to me by blood magic. I prefer them living. I am the only one who can release them. I can do that if you let me go. But if I die, they will die a slow and painful death. And don't even think of trying to capture me. I will leave this place a free man or a dead one.
You can't ask us to decide that!
I do what I please. So, do we negotiate?
What should we do with him?
It could have been so easy. Kill the villain, save the innocent, and bask in the glory. Instead, we have to decide between letting all these people die or letting a cannibal go free. In the end, there is no right or wrong here. Only the decision and its consequences.
Why did you do it? What did you think it would bring you?
Many years ago, I discovered the teachings of Saint Borbarad. Everyone is a magician, if they are only strong enough to free themselves from the yoke of their conscience. This is Borbarad's promise. His teachings open the sway of my willpower to me. The blood opens doors through which only the best can pass.
What? You have to eat other people to do blood magic?
The real power isn't in the blood. The real power is in the flesh. I was the first to recognize that. And I will therefore triumph over all those too blind to see. What value the life of a weakling, when its sacrifice can increase the might of the strong?
Your blood magic binds your prisoners to you. Disgusting, but still just ordinary magic.
It is my spell, fed from my blood. You are too weak to break it.
And why shouldn't other magic be able to break that bond? If your spell is so powerful, why should I believe you can even break it yourself to free your prisoners?
Because you don't have a choice.
Now run him through!
I know what I have to do.
Если мы его отпустим, он может опять кого-нибудь есть. И, получается, будет больше жертв. Придется пожертвовать теми душами, которых он тащил, чтобы не было как раньше, как сейчас. Придется его убить.
You'll never eat again. Go to hell!
Charon's blade slid into the cannibal's body with a moist, visceral sucking sound, and dark blood gushed onto the ground. The man-eater was vanquished, the danger over. Charon felt the magic power of that blood make its way inexorably to the cavern in which the prisoners languished. Long, agonizing screams of death echoed from dozens of throats through the corridors of Moloch Mountain. The cannibal had not lied. With his death, his victims too were obliterated. The siblings silently made their way back. News of the cannibals' end had spread in Warrant like wildfire. The refugee camp had paid the highest toll, and it was there that Charon and Calandra were celebrated for their courage. Some families, however, did not join the festivities. Too great was the grief and anger at their fathers and daughters having had to die so painfully.
Что поделать? Выбора не было. Какой разрушенный город.
Well, son, some rough days, yes? The cannibal story has caused a sensation. Everybody is talking about you. Many people in Warrant are rejoicing because the cannibal is dead. But you made enemies.
Somebody had to make a decision.
I'm sure that you gave your very best, son. There's something else.
What?
I wanted to thank you for bringing Calandra back.
Forget it.
And is everything fine with her?
Yes, damn it. Falk will receive a bride as pure as the first snow and as chaste as the sun god Praeos. And if he's lucky, she won't have starved to death or died of the plague before the wedding either.
It's not my fault that Falk hasn't got us out of here yet. And it's not my fault that the archdemon of disease is sowing her oats here. Falk does show his goodwill, and he uses his influence for us, and that's exactly what I wanted to talk to you about.
Is he going to give us passes for the old town now?
He got us some extra rations. We're supposed to pick them up from the food line at the Prior's temple.
What? Just like that?
Of course not. Falk wants to hold a banquet, at which we're to get to know his mother.
If Falk would just get us out of this pest hole, I'd prefer that to any feast.
The Warunkians are protecting themselves against the plague, so they only let strangers into the old town with the Rondrians' permission. I'd do the same in their place. No one even knows what kind of plague it is, or where it comes from. People say that the archdemon Mishkara herself brought it here, and maybe they're right. None of the archdemons can be pleased to know that the war goddess Rondra now reigns in Warrant.
Just like Falk, ingratiating himself with extra rations. Now he wants to buy us, just as he bought Calandra.
It's high time Calandra married. Good for you, too.
What do you mean?
I think you know full well, Chiron. Did you really think that I never noticed the way you sometimes look at your sister?
Careful, old man.
Извращенец.
Careful.
If I'm wrong, that'd be a pleasant surprise.
People here are starving.
Yes, but Falk goes in for grand gestures. This attention will raise his bride above all the other refugees, and her family too. If we were to give away the leftovers from the feast, we might gain a little respect.
Falk wants to present his mother? Who is she? Why did she come here? And why now?
Как много вопросов.
All I know is that she is supposed to be a lady of noble lineage. Your sister is marrying into a noble family.
Wealth blinds people, just like power. You've told us that time and again.
I have always made sure you survive. And that's what I'm going to do here. We can get all moral later.
What exactly am I supposed to do for Falk?
He got us some extra rations. We're supposed to pick them up from the food line at the Prior's temple.
What? Just like that?
Of course not. Falk wants to hold a banquet, at which we're to get to know his mother.
I'll go to the Prior's temple. My stomach has been growling for hours.
Good. Be careful and come back as soon as you get the food.
Хорошо. А где сестра? Фу. Ладно, на этом сегодня закончим. Всем спасибо за просмотр. Если понравилось видео, подписывайтесь, ставьте лайки. Жмите на колокольчик, чтобы не пропускать новые серии. И увидимся. в следующей игре. Всем пока.